Hi, Matt here. I was just going to make a brief lecture on animism. Some of you had questions. There were numerous people that expressed some concern over this concept, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So, animism is the belief that all things in the world, plants, insects, animals, including humans, and material objects, possess spirits or have spiritual qualities. So, if you've heard about, if people have ever talked about the life force of a tree, um, they're likely talking about an animism like concept, or the spirit or the spiritual qualities of a particular tree. But people have gone so far as to suggest that rocks or teddy bears or water have spiritual qualities. And this is probably the first religious sort of thoughts or notions. Anthropologists suggest that it might be the oldest religion or form of religion that humans sort of experienced and thought about. In animism, you can think about animation or movement. Think about sitting around the campfire or sitting around the cave fire 100,000 years ago and wondering why things are moving and why things are doing what they do. And the idea was that there was sort of a spirit inside that was animating it, moving it. But this is a separate process from the physical manifestation of the object or the being. And that's why, in the science of behavior, we explicitly reject animism in the concepts thereof. We don't think there is a separate spirit or force from the organism. That's not what's going on here. So, life, motion, action, energy are physical processes that are studied with physical tools. So this gets to a problem then we have. If you believe in animism, if you're an animistic sort of thinker or philosopher or religious like person, then the problem with the science of behavior is an epistemological uh, question or problem, and that is, epistemology is a branch of philosophy that studies how do we know what we know. And then the question becomes, how can we study the spirit world, or how do we study these spiritual qualities that are moving people and animals and around our world? And we have a set of techniques and tools and procedures and equipment that we can study human beings and animals and try to understand why they do what they do. We have microscopes and brain scans, and we have concepts of magnetism and energy sensors, and but these all measure physical stuff, physical happenings, material happenings. And it raises even a better question, or a greater question, and that is, how does the spiritual world contact the material world? How is it that these forces move us? And if they do move us, aren't they making contact with the material world? Doesn't that make them material in and of themselves? And if that's true, then they're not spiritual, they're material, and they're the object of a scientific study. So I'm of the position that I explicitly reject these types of forces or types of concepts as explanatory in a real psychology, in a real science of behavior.